Alrighty, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another weekly update. Hope everybody's having a lovely weekend. And with that being said, let's get into the charts. All right, guys. So we got some exciting stuff going on this week. All right, this is kind of the week we've all been waiting for. All right. I started saying a few weeks back that I think it was 1 to 2 weeks ago. I started saying like, hey, all right, guys, we're getting pretty close to these catalysts. I think it's likely that the market trades slightly flat / to the upside. All right, or they just send you up into these catalysts. All right, which is why when we were starting to tank over here on, I think this was Tuesday, yeah, over here on Tuesday, I was extremely skeptical about this, but I was also the one sitting there saying like, hey, again, this is undeniably bearish. What's going on right now? All right, it's bearish, but if you want to see the most evil thing done possible by the dealers, they're going to send this thing up. All right, they're going to get everyone piling on. Oh, technically, oh, boom, oh, lower low going down. All right, followed by the lower high that was set over here in comparison to this high over here. And then boom, they completely reversed you. All right, you completely got taken out of the trading range that you found yourself in, which can be seen right here. All right, complete close underneath. You have no support up until the 308.20 gap fill, and boom, out of nowhere, they send you flying. All right, it was big tech earnings. All right, every single big tech earnings saved the NASDAQ. That is what happened. Okay, guys, we started off with, I think we had Microsoft and Google start off with. Then we had Meta. Then we had, no, there were 3 days, right? 3 days. Were we saved? What was this day? I know we had Meta, we had Microsoft and Google. I know Microsoft, did that. What was the last one? I'm not thinking of. I know we got Apple. We have Apple, Google, Microsoft, Meta. I swear, Amazon. Somehow Amazon saved the market. All right. But then it gave back all of its gains. So that is something that took place over here. All right. You can clear as day see. All right, we're going to go over the 4-hour time frame. You ready for this craziness? There we go. All right, insanity. All right, insanity that took place over here. All right, and I think this is pretty telling of, what we're going to get next. All right, I don't think we're going to have this, mega pump here going on. All right, we have literally rallied on into the catalyst. Okay, we have big FOMC. All right, this is the catalyst that, there wasn't another big one. All right, that was really going to be dictating where price action is going. All right, so we're rallying now into one of these big ones. I think it's very likely that we come out of this either having put in a peak with this catalyst, or we are going to be starting to decline with this catalyst. All right, it doesn't have to go down that way, but I'm gonna I'm gonna go through my thoughts here in this video. I'm gonna show you why. Hey, I don't really see it another way. All right. There's two real things that can happen from right here at the levels we're at right here on SPY QQQ. There's two scenarios, all right? So I'm going to also go through those in this video. But let's start everything off with the weekly chart. Let's get rid of all this clutter here. All right, I want to first off show you guys. I know I can't draw here because, it's going to have all my drawings come back. All right, but right here, you have a hammer candlestick, right? It's the same on QQQ over here, all right? So SPY and SPX and QQ all have this hammer candlestick going on. QQ's isn't an actual hammer candlestick because this the body needs to be 1/3. The wick needs to be twice the size of the body, and that is not the case here. So the body needs to be 1/3 of the total formation. That is not what's happening right here. Regardless, it's still showing you the exact same thing. Okay, the psychology in here, the buyers and sellers psychology, it's the same, guys. All right, sellers tried taking you down over here. You can see that with the wick. All right, and then buyers shoved you up and closed you at the high. All right, so they were putting all the shorts in a hurt. That's all I'm saying. That is what we got right there. We actually do have a slight wick there in QQQ. All right, I don't know. All right, but nonetheless, guys, we do have hammer candlesticks all around. All right, and one of these come with increasing buy volume. So it does suggest that we are going to be either getting a gap up to start off the week, or buyers are going to get their way during the week, which means we get taken over the high of last week. All right, which would be here at 322.65. You literally closed right at the high. Like, there's nothing bearish about this. That is what I'm getting at. And guys, if you still don't believe that we do provide an unbiased, view on the market here, or the markets, I should say. Each one of these tickers, these are all individual markets, guys. All right, but if you do acknowledge that and you do appreciate the unbiased review of the markets that we provide here each and every day, then hey, please support the channel with a like. Suggest, move this video along to your friends or this channel along to your friends, and hey, pump the stock. All right, and I'll actually apologize for my absence on Friday, guys. Your boy woke up sick. All right, so that was a thing. All right, and your boy had, you know, he was not feeling good. All right, he was yakking with a fever in the morning. But it was Friday, so I figured, you know what? Why come on here with a ratchet sounding voice and a rickety voice, whatever the, you know. Why do that when we were just gonna come on here for the weekly update anyway? So here we are. All right, moving over to, actually, before we go over to VIX, let's see what's happening with IWM and DIA. All right, you have a hangman candlestick over here with IWM with increasing sell volume, and then you do have DIA with the hammer candlestick with increasing buy volume. So it's the same thing as we were just seeing over there on SPY QQQ. All right, and actually, I will undo that, and I'm going to show you guys this. So we did actually break out of DIA. All right, we broke out of this bull flag that we were, and this boundary is just parallel to that boundary up there. All right, and you flipped it, guys. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. All right, this is what, when we were back here, I was saying that DIA had done such a good job at holding this bull flag that I didn't know if it was going to do so, right? I didn't know if it was going to break it. And now we're back up here, and you've now flipped it. All right, you've broken out of it, and you have flipped it. Is this telling for what is about to be coming in the stock market? I don't know. All right, I got absolutely no idea. I'm just going to continuously provide you guys with what is going on here on the charts. All right, all factors will be covered here in these videos. All right, so that is something that's taken place on DIA, and you look at the weekly chart, and it's in the exact, all the oscillators, the exact opposite spot that they were back over here. All right, this was your buying opportunity. I'm not going to say this is a selling opportunity. I'm not going to say that at all. All right, I do think we have a selling opportunity coming up. I think this, you know, I think that's like what we're in right now, right? This zone right here between the August high right here and 322.08 gap fill. I think this is likely where price decides to stall out. I don't think you're going to come up here and break above that. If you do break above that, then guess what, guys? All right, like, I don't care if you want to be a perma bear or not. Okay, technically speaking, we're going to have to at least acknowledge that, hey, all right, you have a higher high on the chart. Okay, the macro, you know, like, you know, the weekly time frame is showing a higher high. All right, so now naturally we're going to be looking for a higher low from over there. And guess what? This over here was a higher low from over there. All right, guys. But in reality, you know, something big is probably about to go down. But are they going to do that without squeezing out all the shorts? Probably not. All right, that's what we're seeing right now. All right, we've been looking at this obvious short setup for quite some time. All right, but guess what? All right, everybody else has also seen it. And now you're seeing, you know, you're seeing damage to the bear case right here. I'm just going to say that. All right. I do think, you know, I think we're finally going to get that catalyst to shove price down. I think that's what it's waiting on. I think it's waiting on a catalyst, because without a catalyst, guys, I'm just going to say right now, like, technically speaking, this is a sound bullish setup to me. All right. That is what I was trying to warn about over here. All right. The only thing that really turned it bearish over here is you started on SPY and QQQ. You started breaking your low over here. All right. You did not hold the bottom of your trading range. And you did the same thing over here in SPY. All right. But guess what, guys? We were at big tech earnings. All right. And you actually also had this, you know, bull flag / pennant on each and every one of these. SPX, I think we had one we broke down. All right. Yeah. I mean, you could see all of these were just in these bullish formations, okay, in these consolidation patterns. I didn't draw it on there, right? I had that. So this is the one I was just talking about that broke down, all right? So there was that, all right? But I have it over here on SPY and QQQ, and you clearly see, like, yeah, guys, this was pretty picture perfect. No ifs, ands, or buts. You got the impulsive breakout. You come over to the daily time frame. You got the impulsive breakout with increasing buy volume. There's the same breakout we got off of increasing buy volume over here off of this one, off of this flag looking pattern, all right, which was a descending broadening wedge. All right, and that one ended up having a price target of what was it, 313 like 68 or something. Yeah, 313.68. All right, I'm not, you know, I don't have a target on this one, but I'm just going to say right now, all right, if there was a target on this, it just got hit, because it would be the high of the pattern, and it would be 321.42. It just got hit. All right, and I'm just going to go through this right now. Okay, let's actually go through, like, you know, just the technicals, what's going on, and then I'm going to cover my thoughts, all right? So I don't just mash everything into one here, all right? All right, guys, QQ is coming into resistance 322.08. This is where you naturally expect sellers to get on here, all right? But keep in mind, like, hey, if you're thinking like a dealer, all right, this is where you have a ton of short squeeze fuel piling out piling on. All right. Yes, maybe you get some initial rejection. We're going to go over that on the lower time frames, right? But you guys clearly saw, even when you had structural damage to the chart, okay? No freaking way. They squeezed you the crap up, okay? So, which I'm also going to say, the fact that they're doing that shows that there are so many, there's a lot of freaking shorts out there, right? I'm just going to say that right now. Okay, this is explosive price action. We probably saw a very similar thing over here, but guess what? Do you guys see the yesterday's candle? Or not yesterday, on freaking Thursday's candle? That was insanity. All right, insanity. So, you know, I'm just going to say, proceed with caution. That's all I'm going to say right now. All right, we're in a very dangerous spot here. I think this is a glorious shorting opportunity presenting itself. I do. All right. But yeah, that's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. I do think this is beautiful, but I think, you know, patience is what was rewarded in this market. Anyone who's waiting for the zone, the probable scenario, this was where it was going. All right, right here in the middle of this zone here. All right, and we're here. All right, now I'm not saying that we're going to, you know, do exactly what the probable scenario was outlining like weeks ago. I'm not going to say that at all. All right, but like, again, guys, we're at a top. Dealers are going to pull their tricks and draw everybody in and frustrate everyone for both sides. Just we're seeing it happen right before our eyes. That's what's going on. All right. You know, right here. All right. Let's finish going over the charts. I told you guys I didn't want to mash these things up. All right. Okay? Let's actually come over here. No, we'll stick over here with SPY. SPY, guys, you're right here in your short squeeze zone, guys. If you start busting up past this blue box, which ends at like 416.60-ish, all right, if you start busting up, guys, just know this is when you're going to have what we saw the other day. Let's go over the 3-minute chart. This, all right, this melt up. This is straight up. This is just a melt up. It's a slow melt up. This melt up. All right, so that's what I'm getting at here. All right, that's what I think. Like, hey guys, all right, if you start getting up here, you're gonna have so much more fuel to do exactly what that. Except you're probably gonna start seeing something like this instead of just this. No, I mean, it was pretty. It was just, you know, it was just crazy slow melt up, but it was just consistently going up. I'm sure anybody saw it was, you know. You were either on the euphoria side, or you're a bear getting ripped apart, or you were, you know, like me, and you were like, oh, should I even try? Should I try and do anything on these? This thing looks so scary. All right. Literally, guys, this is like, you know, it's dangerous price action trade. All right. It is definitely dangerous price action, which is why I'm going to say right now, guys. All right. If you find yourself going crazy here, just know it's because you're putting yourself in a dangerous spot. Do not put yourself in a dangerous spot. Do everything you can. All right, to make sure that it's not the case. All right, and guess what, guys? All right, the money will come along with that flow state. But if you take yourself out of the flow state, all right, and you make yourself susceptible to what I'm talking about right here, all right, guess what? No money's in your life at all. That's just not going to be the case. All right, these are the spots where both bears and bulls just get wrecked. All right, and I'm just saying, I don't think it's wise for anyone to really, you know, be excited about that. Okay, I'm going to be straight up. All right. You know, I think this is a great shorting opportunity that's about to present itself, or slash it is presenting itself. Actually, that's over here on SPY. All right. So over here on QQ. All right. I do think this in somewhere in here. And honestly, guys, you got it. Now that you're up here, guys, we have the shot at coming to that August high. We're only $10 away. All right. All you need is them to, you need one freaking blow off top FOMC reaction. You're up there at the August high. That's why I say patience is what got rewarded in this market. 110%. All right. Anyone just sat on their hands, did absolutely nothing this whole time. You have gotten such glorious freaking opportunities just presented to yourself over and over and over again, guys. All right. You got one up here. You're now getting your second glory. You got one up here, and now you're getting, like, it's a third glorious shorting opportunity. All right. But I don't think they're going to make it easy. All right. Let's finish going over the charts. We got to stop going over the dealers right now. Okay, guys. All right. Because I do think it's pretty obvious what's about to go down. All right. Like, but then again, I was saying it was obvious that this thing was going to come about, this freaking explosive move up. I was saying that was obvious when we were down here. And in reality, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it wasn't extremely obvious. Your boy was just reading through the lines. All right. Your boy. All right, like he could say it's obvious, but you know what? I was, you know, at the end of the day, all right, I didn't know you were about to explode upwards. I was just saying that, like, hey, all right, You know, they're piling everyone up. This is just too, it was too easy. It was, all right? And guess what? It was too easy. They freaking, everyone piled in short and they squozed the crap out of everyone. What do you think provided this fuel? People piling in short down here, right? That's what provided that fuel. But yeah, guys, like the thing holding the market up, every time you get these dips, all right, it's just being squeezed back up. All right, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's what we're seeing. All right, so like the only thing holding up the market, in my personal opinion, this is what I'm seeing behind the scenes. All right, the only thing that I think is really, you know, holding up this market is the fact that everyone is short. So at every single dip, you get people piling in short, and then you get bought up, and you get this happening. Even though, like, hey, structure's breaking. All right, you're switching trend. You should be coming up for a lower high. Well, guess what? The lower high is not going to come because people are looking for shorting. All right. So like it is going to be, it's likely going to be unexpected, and it's likely going to have to come with force. All right. Which comes from a catalyst. That is why I've been talking about FOMC. All right. Let's finish up with these lower time frames so I can finally just talk about what I want to talk about. I clearly want to talk about it. All right. VIX over here. VIX over here. All right, guys, over here on it doesn't even really matter about the weekly time frame. All right, we're clearly down here in oversold territory. All right, you had your stochastic crossing up over here last week. All right, you got this decent bounce there, but you got crushed this week. So that was the thing. All right, on the daily time frame, all right, you can clearly see we're underneath that low. The next stop is going to be the low at 1473, which was back in 2021. All right, so I mean, guys, we can come all the way back down here. It's like, you know, it's a thing. I'm just saying that is extremely unlikely. The market is complacent. That's also something I want to see. Yes, the big players are they're doing what they're doing. All right, they're shorting their asses off. All right, but guys, the fact that VIX is down here is just showing me that the market is extremely complacent. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, all right? You can also see the amount of people I'm seeing flip into saying this is like a new bull market, all right? That is not, you know, something I'm sure this doesn't happen at bottoms. That's all I'm going to say right now. I'm sure people like from all over don't come out on Twitter saying pretty much clowning on the, yeah, you don't clown on the people going short at the bottom. All right, you're usually, you know, you're usually praising these people until you're not, and then they get wrecked, and then, you know, they look like idiots. All right, but in reality, all right, we're getting the exact opposite of that, and people are praising the people going long, and, you know, clowning on the people going short up here. I'm just saying. All right, we, you know, we're seeing the things we usually see at tops. That is the thing. Now, what I'll bring up right now is the fear and greed index has ticked back down, but now it's starting to tick back up, right? It did reach all the way over here. I think it was at 54. All right, now it's ticking back up, guys. We got a move this week, all right, upward into, I'll talk about that in a little here. All right, this thing has room to go to extreme greed, all right, and that would be where I would be saying top. And let's actually look at the economic calendar real quick. All right, guys, we don't really have anything, you know, this could end up causing something. I know job openings usually ends up having some little movement, but that's what I was saying in the beginning of the video, all right? The big catalyst, all right? We could pay attention to all these little stuff all we want, all right? But in reality, I don't, because they don't matter. In my personal opinion, they don't matter, all right, guys? I show them here on the YouTube channel because, you know, I know people like to look at these things, all right? But in reality, the big ones are the only thing that matter. The PCs. All right, the PCs, the PPIs, the PMIs, the FOMCs. All right, none of these little catalysts matter. All right, but what do we have this week? We have the FOMC. All right, so you know, I'm just saying, guys, you have you know, you had during the minutes you had the recession talk. Okay, guys, they said their threat was a recession in the second half of 2023, and the banking fiasco is what is going to cause that, all right? If they're saying that in the FOMC minutes, do you really think someone's... Well, actually, I don't know. Like, maybe are the people who get to ask Jerome Powell questions, are they briefed ahead? They probably are briefed on what they can't say. So is this going to be in there where they can't ask about recession? I doubt it, all right? I doubt that's going to be a thing that they can't say, which means it probably will be said. All right, so if that gets said and he's asked a question, just think about it. How is he going to come up with a good answer on that one? How is it going to happen? All right, FOMC minutes back then, all right, they tanked the market. I don't know exactly what date it was. I just remember they tanked the market. It was probably somewhere. I don't know. All right. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I don't even know which one of these days was the FOMC minutes. All right. But one of them came out and they tanked the market. All right. One of these days. All right. And what tanked the market? It was him saying, well, them saying recession during the minutes. All right. So, yes, they could tank the market on a rate hike announcement. All right. We come over here. They can do that. And I am expecting, guys, they're going to be pivoting. You know, I don't know when that's going to be, but I expect over the next couple months that would just be naturally coming about. All right. But keep in mind, all right, they can't let everyone know that they are going to be doing this just because you have to keep the confidence in the Fed. We'll bring you over the monthly chart. And then what are we going to do? We're going to bring you off a percent. There we go. All right, guys, every time these two lines cross, guys, that is when you start pausing or pivoting. All right. If they pause, they cause a massive market rally. Okay, guys, if you hear them pause, if he pauses, if that's the rate hike announcement that they're pausing, all right, and there's no rate hike, but there's no rate cut. Cut your shorts, you're going long, baby. That's just, you're going to see one massive short squeeze, and that is not one you're going to want to be on the other side of. That is just, you know, it's just 100%. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say 100% chance of that happening, right? But if you, I'm serious, if you see a pause, you have so many shorts out there right now that, guys, you're going past that August high, you're going crazy, all right? You're going to have your market rally into the next meeting where you then will have your pivot. And there you go. The whole system goes kapooey. That's where it goes down. All right. You have them rate hike, guys. We're gonna see technicals play out. We're gonna see us, you know, start moving to the downside. That will be that. All right. What this chart shows us right here. All right. This is not the right chart. This is definitely not the right chart. It's over here. There we go. I didn't even. It was just a subconscious thing I did there. I did not know I switched. All right. But the fact that this is happening shows us it is around the corner. All right. So this is not something to, you know, not be paying attention to. All right. This happening is literally showing us that, hey, it's only a matter of time until they pause or pivot. All right. You should not have these two lines touching. All right. And that's why I say a lot of the times here on the channel, you're going to hear it. The more time you spend with me, you're going to hear me say it. The Fed is not in control. They do not have control. They like to make everyone believe they're in control. But at the end of the day, the bond market just controls the Fed, all right? And if the bond market is saying you went too far, you have to pivot. All right, the only reason they're not pivoting is because, like, hey, it's going to lose, like, credibility in the Fed, all right? That's all that's going to do, all right? They're trying to hold that credibility, all right? But again, guys, they also don't want that market rally. So are they really going to pause? Like, they can pause. It's not going to be for long, all right? They probably would announce a pivot shortly after, all right? So, yeah, that's going to be one hell of a short squeeze, but you don't know when it gets rug pulled, all right? That's just my personal opinion there, all right? And that's that, all right? Now, let's start talking about rate hike. Let's go over to open interest, okay? And then we can finally finish off with the charts, all right? Open interest, all right? For Friday, down here at... Max Pain is 409 for Friday. I know these are all moved over, but, you know, there's that, all right? And then we're going to come over here, 501, and it is also 409 for Monday, all right? So it is in the dealer's best interest to bring you down to 409 on SPY on Monday, all right? Now, does that happen? I have absolutely no idea, all right? I'm just going to show you guys the factors that I am looking at, all right? And that is that, all right? So we're going to over here. All right, we'll turn these back on. So actually the last thing, not the last thing, but the last like real insight I got for you, other than let's just read these charts, is right here, guys. All right, I'm going to remind you guys what I brought up the other day. All right, and it was right here on SPX. All right, and you know what, take that out. Okay, you guys can see all these circles. All right, get that one out of there. All right, what are these circles, guys? The back test of the 20 MA. 20 daily MA. All right, so it doesn't have to play out like this. Don't think it's gonna. All right. No, I guess I think it's gonna. I don't know. I don't want to think it's gonna. That's like the curse of, you know, looking at all these charts, guys. Is like I constantly think that, you know, like I know more than the guy upstairs. So in reality, no, the market is the guy upstairs in the market, and like, hey, all right, or the dealer is the guy upstairs in the market, and the dealer sees all, and I don't see all. So yes, yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know. All right. But over here, guys, all right, so you got rejection. All right, you slice through it, and guys, you got to be at a top. Okay, you can come and slice through it, but guess what? That was at a bottom. All right, you came and, you know, broke down through it. It was at a bottom. All right. No other time you did so. All right. Yeah, I mean, even over here, and like, hey, it's not something like, even if this isn't just the start of the top, okay? No, 20, it's still something that's going to act as resistance, but that's not what I want to bring your attention to. What I want to bring your attention to is the fact that we have a 5 out of 5 win streak here that has not failed so far. All right, guys, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5. All right, guys, the only time we spent like a little time here, and it was like an aggressive move above. All right, we gapped up on CPI. All right, it was over here. Right over here. You had, oh, by the way, guys, GDP numbers, they were a miss. They were a miss, and the market went up all day. All right, that was something I just remember. It just got brought to mind. All right, but over here, guys, so the 20 DMA was right around 4,000, and you went 100 points above there, right? That's like $10 above on the SPY. So that's painful for anybody who was shorting at the 20 not EMA, the daily MA, the 20 daily moving average. That sounds so weird. The 20 daily period moving average. Maybe that sounds a little better. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. So yeah, guys, I'm just saying, all right, like, you know, all right, if this trend is gonna hold, then yeah, we got like maybe one more day above this, but you're gonna get sucked back down under that thing, all right? Now, this was the only time where you really dance around with it at the top, and you spent like, you know, even a day above it. All right? Every other time, you didn't even spend a day above it. You just came up to it and got rejected, all right? And this is something I saw. I think it was also the case over here, all right? Went down, got rejected right there. There was that. All right. Went down, came up. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. All right. Went down, got rejected right there. All right. But that's not in the bear market. I don't really want to talk about that. Right there, you got rejected right there. I don't want to talk about the times we're not in a bear market, guys. I really only want to talk about being in a bear market because nothing else matters. There was literally different conditions behind the scenes back then. How many freaking arrows did I make, man? All right. There we go. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. We're literally testing that right now, all right? But I'm going to say right now, guys, this doesn't look bearish to me. It really doesn't, all right? I'm going to be straight up with you guys on that, all right? The only, you know, like, I'm going to be straight up with you guys right now, all right? We got a few factors on the board suggesting sell-off. I still do think this looks like they're queuing up for a rug pull. That is, oh, I said the R word. I don't want to make it sound like I'm a perm bear. I hope this makes it pretty, you know, pretty clear that I'm not. All right, because it's like at the end of the day, you know, like, you guys are providing information on both sides here. Okay, if you're a bull or a bear, I got you. Okay, if you want to be, you know, a unicorn like me, I also got you. All right, I think that's the best way to be that freaking unicorn. All right, but all in all, guys, this thing doesn't look bearish to me. All right, it looks like clear as day. Like, if I didn't know we have FOMC next week, and I didn't know, like, hey, you have been queuing up for this. All right, then no, I would say, like, hey, all right, this looks like a bullish chart. It looks like we're going to go make a new high this next week, all right? You had these bullish structures. You have a bull flag, all right? This is literally a bull flag. Now, I'm not measuring it like a bull flag, all right? If anything, I would treat it like a wedge, right? Like, hey, all right, don't let me shift you over to the bull camp from being in the bear camp, all right? Right as now your golden opportunity is coming. Don't let me do so, okay? In reality, this is exactly what tops look like. Okay, and there's no really ifs, ands, or buts about that one. This is just, you see what happened there. All right, next week was that. All right, yeah, I do think we're gonna, you know, go higher like we did over here. Right, you didn't have the increase in buy volume there, right? Yeah, don't get it twisted, guys. All right, we are, you know, extremely likely that we are right here towards the top, and this is what I've been waiting on. This is the catalyst I've been waiting on. All right, guys, I've been very vocal with my Discord community on just like, hey, guys, keep sizing small. Do what you got to do to keep your psyche in check. All right, like, straight up. These are face ripper moves that, like, hey, all right, there's no reason in, like, putting yourself in a position that is going to just completely mess with your head. There's no reason to do so. In reality, if you're getting frustrated with the chart, all right, just realize, all right, you were oversized, all right, or you just think you know what's happening next, and because it's not doing what you thought was going to happen, there's your reason for frustration. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's it. All right, there's no other reason to get frustrated at a chart unless one of those two things is that's the case. All right, there's nothing else that really could be going down in your head. All right, so that's something I've been very vocal about with the Discord community. All right, so I want to do the same over here, guys. All right, we're at a dangerous spot where, like, this is exactly what I was saying down here. All right, I was saying if I can help out my community and just even help out, like, you know, a few people from not getting wrecked, I want to do so. All right, so I think it was over here. I made an early video, and you know, I thought I was I think we went a little lower over there when I made that. But, you know, all in all, I made that video super early just so I could tell you guys, like, hey, yeah, I think they're taking you down, but I think it's going to be a trap. I think it makes sense for it to be a trap. This isn't one that I was thinking of, but, like, hey, it's there. All right. But as of right now, guys, SPY is right here in its blue box. This is where I was saying, like, sellers got to hold the line. This is where they held the line 1, 2, 3, 4 times over here. All right. They held the line 1, 2, 3, and I mean, if this is going to be the fourth, then the fourth, but that's like 7 times, guys. All right. As of right now, it's looking bullish. All right, it's looking like you have enough juice to really get on up here, and if you come back down here, I think it would just be for a retest. All right. But guess what, guys? All right, you start getting closes above the 15, or not 15 minute, above the blue box, and I'll be looking at the 15-minute time frame for those closes. You start getting closes above your blue box, guys. That is what I'm going to say. Short squeeze on. All right, you guys think this melt up is something? I think you're going to get something like that, which actually that's pretty similar to what we got going. Are we really going to get another one? I don't know. Like, look at this. You had a continued short squeeze. I'm just saying, guys, this is where I don't listen, guys. All right. I think it's much better to gain some than to get wrecked. All right. And like, if you try thinking you know what comes next, and because all of us are thinking this, okay. I'm guessing the vast majority of people that are, you know, in this right now, watching this video, including me. All right. Guessing we think we're going to rally on up here. All right. And I'm going to use QQ because SPY, I'm going to play that one by ear. All right. That's that. All right. I think SPY is, you know, it's a completely different beast over here. All right. Got completely different shorts on it. QQ, clear as day. See all the big tech names. They're getting squeezed out one by one. All right. Yeah. All right. But I'm sure like a lot of us are thinking, oh, it's going to come in here. And this is where you want to take your short position because then it's going to tank. Right. This is what I've been thinking for weeks. This is literally it. And yeah, guys, all right, it can do that. But again, we all think that's going to happen. So maybe it doesn't happen. That's all I'm getting at, guys. Just do what you got to do to protect yourself. All right. As of right now, what I'm seeing on the lower time frames, we have coming right into key resistance. All right. And yes, key resistance. You got that going on right there. Right. This was literally your gap fill from all the way over here from the August high. So there was that. And you also do have SPY's 421.22. Yeah, 421.22 gap fill over there. All right. Yeah, you got that. You have a bearish divergence on the 4-hour CCI, and you come down to the hourly time frame. You got the same thing. All right. But you know, you also got the same thing over here on SPY now. So that is also something to note. All right. You come over here. You don't have one on the 4-hour yet, but you do on the hourly time frame. Yeah. You got one, you got this bearish divergence going on in the hourly RSI as well as the CCI right there. All right. And again, it's coming right into that key resistance. All right. If sellers are going to impulsively shove you down here, like they were doing over here, right? If they're going to do it, it's going to be right here at this zone. Okay. They're not going to wait and to bring you up here and then they're going to shove you down. Okay. It's extremely likely that it's going to be done at this zone. All right. If you get above that zone and you start getting up here, guys, 418.31. That's your high. Like as of right now, guys, you're past this high over here from the 18th, April 18th. You're past it. All right. If you really want to look at like, you know, and let's just look at, well, even, yeah, we'll call it the daily time frame, guys. This is why I'd say like unbiased, guys. All right. And I will do everything I can to keep an unbiased view because I don't want to sit here losing. I just want to continuously extract money out the market. That's never going to happen. All right, if I am not sitting here unbiased. If I'm sitting here in one camp, like it's just, you know, you see what happens. This whole time, bears got wrecked. All right. This whole time, bulls got wrecked. All right. There's that. Like, you just don't want to be in that. All right. Over here. All right, now you have your higher high, you have your higher low. All right, you bust up through here. That's what I'm saying. It sets you up. The same thing I was saying over here, QQQ. All right, it clearly shows you have either an equivalent high or an you know, a higher high in the making. All right, so if you do get that and you get the higher high above here, I mean, it will show you're stalling out if you don't really have one impulsive push up to the August high. All right, it will, at least in my opinion. But then again, I mean, this high was right here at 410. This one was over here. No, this is 10. No, you know what? Screw what I was just saying. All right, it doesn't show anything. It doesn't matter. All right, and then like something also that I know I mentioned like a while back. All right, that I took off of my chart a while ago. All right, we had. Was this it? No, that's not it. What was I seeing? Something had an inverse head and shoulder. Maybe it was over here on QQQ that I was seeing that. All right, QQQ. Oh, maybe this is the inverse head and shoulder right here. I don't know. All right, I know Apple actually did have one. Apple's like at our target, which holy sweet baby Jesus. Did I think Apple was going to hit that target? No. No, I didn't hit. Apple's target was up here at 171. I just want to say that right now. All right. Let's actually... Let me come over here. Let me this is the weekly update. So, you know, we could take some time here. All right, let's come over here. All right, come over chart patterns. All right, head and shoulder. Whatever that is. Bottoms. Right here. All right, so, oh, it's percentage moving target. 71%. All right, so it's going to be here. Down here. All right, 26. Calculator. 6 times 0.71. All right, we got 18 bucks. If that was being treated as the neckline, holy crap! All right, we're going higher. All right, never mind. The August high was the that is the target for that. All right, so I guess we'll just put this on. I don't wanna get anyone bullish at the top, right? But you know, I was doing a decent job at getting people bullish when people were bearish back here, right? So like, you know, maybe it won't be so bad. All right, guys. But just know, guys, we've rallied all the way on up to Apple's. Like, this is a gap fill that I'm sure, like, a lot of people it was unfathomable to a lot of people down here, including me. All right. And guess what? We're here. All right. I had a plan to take an entry here. And, like, now it's here. And I'm like, what the heck, dude? Like, wow. It actually happened. So, like, you know, I'm just saying. You've now busted through Apple's trend line. All right. You're coming up to here. Your next spots of resistance are going to be 171.31 and then this August high up here, which, guys, if you hit the August high up here, that's when I say, like, holy crap, wow. We're putting every single target on the board just because we got to do what we got to do, all right? Because the only reason I didn't is because I was biased, because I thought, like, oh, price can't physically get up there. But no, it could get up here. We're seeing it right before our eyes, right? This is what the bias does to you. It makes it so, hey, you know, your technical analysis, sometimes, you know, it's just, you're not going to follow it. That's that. All right. Yeah, you still have this. So actually, that's another thing I want to bring up. All right. So another thing I want to point out here is you now have a triple bearish divergence going on QQ's RSI from this point of divergence right there to that point to now this new point, because we have this new high. All right. It does look like we're going to go up for another high. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. All right. So this is very much so. I don't think it's going to be burned, but, you know, it's going to get up higher there. All right. You come over here to Apple, and it's actually now the same. All right. So we also have a triple bearish divergence going from here. All right. Oh, that was sloppy. All right. You have 1 point of divergence right there. You have one right there. You have one right there. All right. And it's going just like that. All right. Going from there to there to there. All right. Nope. Yes. All right. So yeah, guys, I mean, hey, Apple's now coming into resistance as well. All right. This is the big boy that's been leading the market. You got the big name over here with Microsoft. So Microsoft actually started flipping this thing. All right, guys. And when you're seeing these things, all right, yes. All right. Yes. They will likely be coming down. All right. You know, it's only a matter of time. But then you see this, all right, Meta. And this is what I want to remind everyone of. This thing has been doing this for months now. All right, it's been gapping up, and just anybody who wanted to short it, all right, including me somewhere over here. All right, I wanted to do that at some point. All right, but hey, all right, guess what, guys? All right, this thing is just gonna keep wrecking shorts. It's like legit doing some crazy things. All right, this is Meta. All right, you have Microsoft doing the same thing. All right, it's gapping up and it's flipping its previous resistance as support. All right, and now guess what, guys? You have resistance directly up ahead over here on Microsoft. All right, we'll do that. All right, and then we'll actually put this gap fill on the chart. So we have low 309.86. Style. There we go. All right. So we have that gap fill there, and there's that. All right, guys. I do think one of these is probably going to stop Microsoft from going higher. That's just, you know, how it works. I don't think we're going to push on up to all-time highs. All right, guys. But I'm just going to say the fact that this is taking place with, you know, the conditions, the fundamental conditions we have that are also taking place. Guys, I think we're queuing up for like a bubble burst, all right? We're queuing up for a .com bubble burst, like straight up some crazy stuff here, all right? I don't want to be known as like the crazy guy that calls for a crash, so please don't take me as that, all right? I've been pretty honest about not being a perm bear, perm bull, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, all right? I'm someone who understands how things works, and it shouldn't be happening unless they're getting ready for literally, I don't want to say it, but a rug pull, all right? Like a bubble, a .com bubble burst style rug pull. You have Apple going to all-time highs, all right? You have Nvidia also very close to all-time highs. You have Goog, I don't think that's close to all-time highs, all right? Goog's not very close to all-time highs, but you come over here, you got Microsoft doing the same thing, all right? What do we also have? Meta, the dumpster fire of freaking 2021 and 2022 is on its way, not to all-time highs, but hey, dude, what the heck is this? All right, from lows, you're doing that? That's insanity. Who the heck is betting on Meta? All right, I'm just saying, you don't see these things take place unless, like, hey, you're in a bull market with QE that is just continuously pushing price, like shoving liquidity into these things and pushing prices higher. All right, or guess what? You're getting ready, like people are getting out, all right? And that, I think, is what is happening. I don't think this thing is going to end well. I think it is going to end in a massive rug pull, all right? And I think all these small names doing this are just pretty, you know, make it pretty obvious, all right? Look at AMD is so far, just like what Nvidia, take them along for the ride, all right? Let's actually take a look at Nvidia real quick, guys, all right? Nvidia is finally approaching this range, all right? Now, this is the ultimate. Okay, you get your short entry. I think this is, you know, this is probably where we do see price stall out. Obviously, we're going to have to see and wait and see what happens there. It's the same thing like I was just saying over here on Apple. All right, you finally came up to this next resistance, okay? It's likely that you do push on up to the resistance that's now not too far away, and that is going to act as, you know, that's where sellers end up stepping in, and, you know, the buyers who never got to sell on that, they get out. Then again, you got smart. Yeah, but then again, we're all just market participants in the market, all right? So there's got to be a bunch of people on Apple that didn't sell up here that are ready to be sellers when we step on up there, all right? But again, keep in mind, guys, you know, we are in that squeeze territory, all right? And it's actually something that I did not bring up, all right? But we do have the bearish divergence happening right now on the hourly CCI, and we have a triple bearish divergence on the RSI, all right? But if you do end up gapping up or anything like that, that's just gonna, you know, it's gonna completely cancel that thing out right there, all right? And yeah, right here, what I'm gonna be watching on SPX is really right here, and we draw a zone here. But no. I guess it would be right here, right, guys? Oh, you start going up there, and yeah, we're going to be going up for that gap fill. Okay, so let's actually take that off. All right, let's look at what this was. So this was, well, it was 422594. All right. All right, let's click on that. 422. Oh, what was that? 94? 4224. Let's actually look at it right here. It's up here. Down here. 422595. Wrong. We got that one, then we actually also have this one that we can put on the chart. So we have, what was this? 427955. 427955. There we go, guys. All right. You break above my white box we got right here. All right. You are likely All right, you're likely headed up to these gap fills. That is just where like price is likely to stall out. I don't know which one it's gonna be. All right, but hey, you got your 80% gap fill reversal rule in play once you hit these gaps. All right, which that's actually in play right now off of QQQ's gap fill at 322.08. All right, so this is the gap fill reversal rule I talked to you guys about. All right, it doesn't have to be like an actual reversal where hey, you're getting a complete change. All right, in trend, all right, but it could just be a temporary pullback, all right. Nevertheless, you get an 80% chance at having a temporary reversal, all right, and that is what we saw come into play here. That is why a lot of the times here on this channel, all right, you're going to see me use gaps as reaction spots, all right, pivot points. That is exactly why, guys. All right, I don't want to, I don't want to talk your ears off too long here. We are at 45 minutes, all right. The last thing I will show you guys is Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin is stalling out right where I thought sellers would end up coming back up. You did, you got a little above there. All right, you're trying to flip it as of right now, so that is a thing. All right, I don't know. We're gonna have to obviously see how price wants to react to here. All right, but what I'm really gonna be watching is here. All right, if you don't make this higher high this week, guys, I do think we are getting confirmation that, hey, trend change is here on Bitcoin. All right, we would have this high, we'd have this low. All right, we would have a lower high if we weren't to break that high over there. All right, and then we would come down for a lower low. All right, and yeah, all right, with how things are looking, it looks like we're probably gonna, queue on up here. All right, then we're gonna come down here. Maybe it's something like that. All right, but that is pretty much it, guys. That is it. All right, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. All right, guys, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, if you did find value in this, please, support the channel with a like. If you weren't already subscribed, hey, join along. I'm going to be honest, right? You will find value. You will not be finding anywhere else here on the channel. All right, that is something that I know is here. And yeah, if you want to be a part of that, then, join the community. All right, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.